Do you often feel that the emotional connection you share with your friends or your partner is different from the ones they portray? Do you feel like you require constant attention to be loved? Or are you someone who finds it difficult and suffocating to engage in emotional intimacy? The answer to these questions lies in learning the attachment style you formed as a child. Hi, I am Chumki Bose, the senior most psychologist at MindTribe. At MindTribe, we provide affordable counseling, support groups, communities, workshops, and e learning for mental health. Attachment style refers to the bond that develops and is shared between an infant and their parents or their caregivers. This bond highly depends on how nurturing and involved the parents or caregivers were in the child's life. The way your parents interacted with you and looked after your emotional and physical needs predict the kind of bond you will share with your partner or even friends as adults. Often, we subconsciously reflect or want our partners to act in ways our parents used to behave. This creates expectations from the partner to engage in activities or behaviors we have been accustomed to since childhood. Constantly needing your partner to provide you with reassurance or approval could reflect a childhood where your parents failed to provide for you in a consistent manner. Understanding the root cause of your actions will help you in identifying the problem and finding a solution that works for you. While attachment styles form during our childhood, they can be changed and adapted to your current needs to provide you with the security you deserve in your relationships. Insecure attachment styles, whether they are anxious, avoidant, or disorganized attachment, all stem from a childhood of neglect or inconsistency from our parents. When you think about your relationship with your parents, are you reminded of the times where on some days your parents smothered you with affection and on other days when they could not be bothered less for you? Or maybe during childhood, you may have been expected to show more independence than was appropriate for your age. Perhaps your parents, who were supposed to be your safe space, were also a source of fear for you. Any of these trauma bonding you formed with your parents would be reflected in the way you interact and form connections during adulthood. Insecure attachment styles can heavily impact your quality of life. If you are someone who had a love hate relationship with your parents, growing up to fear them, you became a person who is desperate for love and connection, but whenever somebody gets close to you, you push them away. One moment you feel deeply in love and devoted to your partner, and the next thing you know, you are distant and stonewalling them to protect yourself from any kind of pain, leaving them before you fear they leave you. This kind of relationship dynamic reflects the disorganized attachment style. Even when these things are hidden in our subconscious, they deeply impact our ability to form and maintain interpersonal relationships. Maybe this is not your problem, and you are a person who hates and avoids depending on your partner in a relationship. Growing up, your parents expected independence from you to an extent which was not appropriate for a child. You were left to take care of your own self and to satisfy your own needs. Growing up in neglect could be why today you formed an avoidant attachment style and find emotional intimacy overwhelming. The thought of relying on your partner to take care of your needs makes you turn your back on them, leading to commitment issues. Or it could be the exact opposite. Whenever you are in a relationship, you are anxiously attached to your partner and extremely dependent on them to the point where it becomes insecure and clingy. The thought of your partner leaving you makes you super anxious. You fear it so much that you are always on a lookout for signs of them losing interest in you, causing trust issues in the relationship and obvious distress to both the parties involved. Your fear of abandonment and rejection could stem from a childhood where your parents were not able to provide you emotional consistency, being loving one day and absent the next. In these three kinds of insecure attachment styles, disorganized, avoidant, and anxious attachment, respectively, we saw that all three affect our daily life and interactions in a very significant manner. Shifting from insecure attachment to secure attachment, where we can establish healthy, trusting relationships, maintain boundaries, seek support when needed, as well as maintain our independence, is vital for us to grow and to thrive. Secure attachment helps you cultivate feelings of safety, security, and comfort within relationships and with your own self. This makes you feel emotionally available, self sufficient, in control of yourself, and in tune with the needs of your partner. The bottom line is the journey of navigating through various relationships is not an easy one, and understanding the role of our upbringing can help us in our healing. Continuing to grow through the ups and downs of life starts right at healing our childhood trauma. I, Chumki Bose, thank you for listening to this podcast. This podcast is aimed at providing more knowledge about our attachment styles and how they impact our relationships. It is not a diagnostic tool. For more help in identifying your attachment style and how to work through it, the self assessment page at MindTribe provides the appropriate tools. Contact our highly trained mental health care professionals for any aid regarding attachment styles. Thank you.